Love for love's sake. Love for love's sake. Oh. Longer than forever. I pulled up the lyrics because I knew I wasn't going to be able to remember them, and I wanted to recite them again after you sang them. But this beautiful Dan Fogelberg love song, a song to yourself. First and foremost, a love song to yourself. And then a love song to the world. You never know where Spirit's going to speak to you. You never know how life is going to unfold throughout your daily life, right? And so we have the glorious opportunity to pay attention, to just have our mind open, our hearts open, our ears open. For this morning, we are blessed with Zeno singing this beautiful song because I happened to be walking around CVS while they were playing the song. While I was in a deep state of anxiety. And I sent it to Zeno immediately. It's like, what do you think? Right? Spirit speaks to us all the time. Are we listening? Are we listening? Are we paying attention? To love for love's sake. We individually, we as a world, are in such great, I don't like the word need. We're kind of taught in Unity school not to use the word need. We're not needy. Well, sometimes we are. Right? We're not needy because we already have everything that we need. We just need to awaken to it and allow it to come into us. So we allow what it is that we desire. So right now, there is a great desire for more love in the world, for more light in the world. And we see it, don't we? Don't we see? I do. I see a lot of light and love in the world. There couldn't be, I do think that it plays into it, as much darkness as there is in the world if there wasn't this tremendous amount of light that is uncovering the darkness. And the darkness saying, no, thank you very much. I don't like that light. I prefer to stay in the shadow. Interpret it however you want. Regardless, let it be that there is a call for more light and love in the world. And we individually get to be a part of that light. Any of you familiar with Eileen Caddy with the Findhorn Foundation? And she has a daily devotional reader called Opening Doors. This is one of her readings. You have a tremendous work to do. Well, let me first explain a little bit who Eileen Caddy is. Eileen Caddy is one of the co-founders of the Findhorn Foundation, which is an eco-social activism foundation in Scotland. They've been around for about 50 years. And their way of gardening and maintaining their land and their soil, they grow some of the most amazing produce because of all of the love and the vibratory, the vibration of love that they pray into everything around them. They have done tremendous work for the planet over the years. Findhorn, Findhorn. You have a tremendous work to do. It is the silent work of creating more love in the world. It is like the yeast in a lump of dough, which does its work very quietly and without any fuss. And yet, without it, the bread would be a solid lump. Therefore, love those souls who are your seeming enemies. There is far more grace in loving the seemingly unlovable than in simply loving those souls who love you. Feel the need for love in every soul and allow yourself to become a channel for love to flow through to meet that need. As each individual learns to love for love's sake, so will the heaviness in the world be lightened. For love brings an element of lightness where there was heaviness and darkness. Love starts in each individual, so look within your own heart and draw it forth. Give of it freely and with real joy. And with real joy. I bet there are some moments that you kind of go, real joy? Really? Seriously? Come on, Twyla. Yeah. Yes. Because it is through the joy and the light and the healing and the love that we transform. And that doesn't mean that we don't process our feelings, right? We don't deny our feelings. We don't deny the experience. I've got people in my life that are being personally affected by, really personally affected, up close and personal, with the things that are going on in our country. And I get to be a part of holding that light and that love and not forgetting what their experience is. While I go about my business of holding my light and finding my joy and breathing love and breathing light and getting on with my daily activities, because I, in my little white heterosexual body, am not seemingly threatened by a lot of things. It's easy for me to go back to sleep. Is it Rumi or Hafiz that says, don't go back to sleep, the universe has something to tell you? Rumi? Yeah. We have a responsibility to stay aware. But we also have a responsibility to keep the vibration high. We have to be able to do that balancing act. I was telling somebody the other day, some of you won't get this reference, and a whole bunch of you will, that particular day I felt like I was on the Ed Sullivan Show doing a spinning plate routine. Do you have those days where you feel that way? I won't go into explaining it if you're not of an age to know that. You can go look up Ed Sullivan and spinning plates. But that's just what it has been kind of feeling like a lot of days. I have to keep, I got to get this one going, that one going. Oh, let me put another one up there. Oh, here's a whole new stack. But we are able to do a balancing act when we remember to take care of ourselves. And first, we love ourselves for love's sake. I remember reading at this personal reference. Now I have to tell you, even though it has nothing to do with this, my grandmother had her first heart attack. I won't go into details. Ask me later if you want more details. It's a little gruesome for Sunday morning service and for YouTube. But it was a day of heavy labor preparing food for her family. I'll just say that. Anyway, she had a heart attack. It brought on a heart attack. And she wrote in her daily journal, which we found much later, that she kept, just little itty bitty notes. And she said, "For pity's sake, they say I had a heart attack." And that just cracked me up when I read it. That was her response. "Oh, for pity's sake, what a bother. What a bother." And I don't know, back in that day, that would have been the late 40s, early 50s. I don't know how they treated it. She lived for another 25, 30 years, whatever it was. But I still hear that. "Oh, for pity's sake. What an annoyance. Oh, for love's sake. Oh, for love's sake. Oh, for love's sake." To find that place. Now, I know we are all great at love. We are wise and emotionally mature and spiritually mature students of Unity and other wonderful spiritual teachings. But what I'm asking for, if you think you've got love down, go a little deeper. Go a little deeper. That love well is deep. And to sum up what I read, not because it's deserved, not because it's earned, but because it's the very essence of who we are. When we realize self-love, we become instruments of love in the world. And self-love sometimes requires a lot of grace for ourselves, doesn't it? A lot of grace. And then, of course, a lot of grace for others as well. But it is the way through. It just simply is the way through. From Matthew 5:7, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy." You're blessed when you care. At the moment of being careful, you find yourselves cared for. See how that works? When we remember to go to that place of love, love of self, love of others, when we find that mercy for ourselves and for others, then it just gets a little easier. We can breathe a little better. And again, Eileen Caddy, it's the silent work of creating more love in the world. This just bears repeating. Love those souls who are your seeming enemies. Love starts, and you do see, she says, and we say, seeming enemies. Just like in Unity, we talk about the appearance of evil. In the wholeness, in the oneness, in the omnipotence of source creation, of God, whatever you call your creator, there is no hate, there is no evil. That's our opportunity as humans on planet Earth in this school that we're given egos and free will to work through these things as we climb the ladder of evolution and enlightenment. Love starts in each individual, so look within your own heart and draw it forth. Give of it freely and with real joy. Carrie Kay is someone that I occasionally follow on YouTube, and she's a wonderful spiritual teacher. And I saw this week. You didn't come here to blend in. You came here to blast codes into the field, to remember who you are and make the illusion uncomfortable with your frequency. Trying to be normal? Babe, you're cosmic. Good luck with that. Normal was never the assignment. Truth was. Realness was. Light in motion. That's you. That's you. So if you're trying so really, really hard to stay in that box so you don't embarrass yourself, Or embarrass your mother who's been gone for 4 decades, but go, oh, my mother would just be so embarrassed if I did this right now. Right? We tell ourselves all sorts of silly stories. Metaphysical, spiritual, true students do not fit in the quote-unquote traditional box. And by traditional is what we try and name normal. Let it go. Allow yourself to love deeply. I come back to this slide every now and then because for me it just sums everything up. When you really get quiet, you start to see it. The systems, the rules, the endless noise, it's all part of the show. It was never about escaping it. It was about seeing through it without getting lost in it. We didn't come here to run away or ascend out. That may be the path that just naturally happens as we grow and learn and evolve. That is the pathway. But in the meantime, we are here to remember who we are right in the middle of it. To hold the frequency of love even when the world forgets. That's the real power. Not to fight the illusion, but to walk through it as the one who remembers. And as we do that, we do grow in consciousness, we do grow in heart, we do grow in love. And we evolve and we move forward. And we spiral higher into the God consciousness. So as you go through this week, I often lead us in a very many small heart coherence in our meditation. But begin to take that heart coherence a little more seriously. To remember to go to the space of your heart and allow your heart to do the breathing. And feel what happens to your body when you do that. Consciously allow that heart breath to align with the heart of the universe. And as you do that, you feel into something that regenerates you. Gratitude, compassion, kindness. And that increases that coherence. That speeds up the vibration. It deepens the knowing. And then you hold that truth for yourself. You hold it for others. And you hold it for the world. The more you practice heart resonant breathing, heart coherence, it becomes just so normal in your life that you're doing it without even being aware. And if you find yourself getting off balance, you go back to your heart. Because we came to remember who we are right in the middle of everything and to hold that frequency of love. And so it is.